I'm from the Philippines.
I'm from Phoenix.
Together,
We're
we're
Phil's
Phil's
to
to
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Two countries.
One heart.
Welcome
Welcome to
to.
our chika-chikka.
Yeah, that'll work, Chica. That we're actually going to do a little bit of a talk today instead of kind of chika-chikka.
Yeah.
That, as everybody knows, I'm back here in Phoenix. That I came back a little bit earlier than expected.
Yes. Yay.
Somebody was excited about that.
Of course.
And that's kind of what we want to talk about.
Yep.
That the original intent that we posted on here that I was going to be gone until August. And it was our first separation in 4 years.
Yeah, and that's like almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was gone for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was kind of stuck there for 3 weeks. That for that time that I wasn't able to get out. That when I went over, we went over to finish out a 13A visa. And part of finishing out a 13A visa is you got to get an ACRI card. That it's an immigration card. That it's a permanent resident card.
Yeah.
And other than some extraordinary exceptions, you need the card before you can leave. And so I was at that point I was kind of committed to waiting until I got the card in hand before I could leave. So it gave us a chance to see what it was going to be like.
Yep.
And then by the end of the 3 weeks when I finally did get the card, I was going to be moving either to Cebu, Dumaguete, or back here. And we just decided back here was the best place to go.
Yeah.
That Cindy's still in school. She's still doing a lot of the homework, and most nights that she just kind of disappears into her den as soon as we're done with dinner.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I'm just sitting here or I'm doing editing video or stuff like that.
Yes.
And neither one of us thought about the small things that are done during the day,
Yeah.
making dinners and stuff like that.
Giving me a ride. Those small things, just picking up things in the house, trash. Those minor things we neglected. I mean, I neglected it. I did not, or I was not prepared. Of. I thought I can handle it, but yep, no. Maybe 30 days, 60 months, or 30 days or 2 months. That would be okay, but 6 months, it's just.
And after you get out of school, so that you're not
Yeah.
the time commitment's not quite there. And after you get out of school, we already talked about it that you're gonna go through. And driving in Phoenix is kind of scary, even for somebody that's driven. Speeds around here are kind of insane, and driving is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
And granted, Cindy doesn't even have to cross. Well, she has to cross one major road, but she doesn't have to go out on any of the major roads.
Yep, that's true.
So, yeah, even being a little bit timid, it's still going to be doable to get to and from work.
Yeah.
And for the first few weeks, few months after she gets a license, that I can just sit in the passenger seat and let her do, practice driving.
Yeah, I can do that.
And, be there for the moral support and such. But
Not yelling and,
yeah, we tried me teaching you. No, that just didn't work. But there's a driving school here, and we've talked about it. My sister lives down in Casa Grande, which is a smaller town, about an hour south of Phoenix, an hour and a half south of Phoenix.
Yeah.
That worst case, we'll run down there for a few weekends and let Cindy get her license down there.
Yeah. That would be exciting and fun.
And that will remove one major obstacle about me being gone for any length of time. And that was a huge concern of mine going is yes, there were a ton of people that offered rides, and there were people from work that offered rides, and that it was good, and you took advantage of it a couple times,
Yeah.
but it was kind of not the greatest. And so this way it would be a lot more independence for her to go do things.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Uh, One of the other things, and we can edit this if you really want to. One of the other things that kind of led to it is there were some inappropriate remarks from people around her life.
Yeah. It's kind of just joking, but I don't know if it's meant or something. So,
And they were kind of hurtful comments, and that
and
would
we're
be,
not ready for that comment. So I'm not ready for that comment. So, well,
and that, yeah, that they were inappropriate comments, and we'll leave it at that.
yeah.
And that it just wasn't ready for it, and it just added to the separation anxiety,
Yep.
the fact of being loneliness, and it made it that much harder to the point where that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, and we said we're coming home.
Yeah. Yes.
So it was an interesting experience for both of us. And to be bluntly honest, even while I was there, yes, it was enjoyable, and I did like what was going on. But every time that we'd go, that I'd go somewhere, it'd be, God, I wish Cindy was seeing this, or I wonder what she could say about that, or I'd really like to ask her about this. And so it did take away some of the enjoyment and some of the enthusiasm for going out and doing things. Uh, I went to a museum that was really cool, and the Clark Museum that I've got a video on.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of things in there about the culture, about the history of that area that I would have loved to have asked you about and gotten what you know about it, and kind of got a little bit of a translation into it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess because we're just used to being each other and, just like, me personally, like, I thought I could handle by myself studying alone, but my mind wanders. It's just having you here while you wait or you're doing sitting down in your computer. If I took a break, I could just have a peace of mind knowing that you're here, you know. Rather than I'm studying really, really hard, but nothing just, come out or just sink into my brain. I'm like, I need to go over again and read it until like I sleep like 11, 1 or 2 because, oh, I need to read it again because it doesn't sink. It does not sink. It's just like triple time the time I spend when you're just here. Like I appreciate the time that we watch series together, TV together, and after that, if I take a break or have questions or words that it's just so hard for me to understand, you're there, and I appreciate that. I just realized there's so much things that you do to me that I didn't mean to neglect them, but I that I appreciate every single thing, and even to the complex thing. So yeah.
but are we going to do this again? Probably. Part of getting the ACRI card is you have to do a yearly check-in, an annual check-in
Yeah.
in January or within the first 60 calendar days of the year, January, February. And so that means in January, February, I've got to be back in the Philippines to do that check-in.
Yeah.
Uh, January is next to impossible for you to get time off.
February, yes. But,
February, maybe. And so more than likely, I'll probably go by myself for a month or two
yeah.
this time next year to do the check-in and just go straight to Dumaguete. And that'll give me some boots on the ground time. There's a friend of mine that may be going. It looks like he probably will go next year. If we do, he was actually stationed at Subic
Yeah.
or he was stationed on a ship that was at Subic for a few years. So he'd really like to go back and see the old Subic base. And so we may go do a week, 10 days there, and then go do a month or so
Yeah.
at Dumageddon to see what that is.
Yeah.
Uh, More often than not, yeah, we're probably going to go back together. And we'll just try to schedule, time back together
Yeah.
doing that. But with the ACRI card, that it lets me go in and out of the Philippines without doing the 30-day visa thing, that I can stay as long as I want.
Yeah.
And so the opportunity's there. What life and God throws at us in the next couple of years is kind of depend on how we'll do with it.
Yeah. That's true.
So,
But
but yeah, we did definitely learn. That 6 months is way too long. That is way too long. That
yeah.
probably 30, 60 days is going to be max.
Yep. That's true.
So,
That's it, right? You have addition.
do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me either.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.